Good morning. The
Good morning.
committee is called to order. We are at Caldwell Parent Detention Center. My name is Pearl Wise. To my left is Mr. Roche. To my right is Mr. Freeman. We comprise your panel this morning. Do you have any staff there at Caldwell in the room with you, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. It's Lieutenant Tatum over transportation.
Good morning, Lieutenant Tatum. Thank you, sir. At the appropriate time, we're going to ask for institutional input as to how he's been doing, or his write-ups, and just whatever y'all want us to know. So I just want to put you on alert about that, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Give us your name, sir, and your DOC number.
My name is Chad Dwayne Brandt, DOC number 448923.
All right, Mr. Chad. Let me explain the process to you. I'm going to read some information to the record, and afterwards, we're going to conduct the interview with you. Your case has been assigned to Mr. Roche, so he'll begin the interview. After we've asked all of our questions, we're going to ask the staff there at Caldwell to give us some input as to how you've been doing of late. And once and you have no visitors, so after all the testimony and questions have been answered, you have the last say. We'll let you tell us whatever you want us to know, and then we'll vote. Do you understand the process?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let me read this information into the record. Chad Dewan Brandt 448923, the DOC number. You're listed as a third offender. Your current offenses, possession of heroin and possession of another drug substance, habitualized. You were sentenced on May the 11th of 2015. That supervision was revoked on November the 4th of 2021. Your total DOC time is 15 years. Your parole eligibility date is January the 27th of 2022. You have a good time date of January the 26th of 2033. And you have a full term date of April the 26th of 2033. That sound about right, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Would you answer, Mr. Roche?
Thank you, Ms. Wise. Good morning, Mr. Brett.
Good morning.
Before I begin my interview, I'd just like you to know I've read your letter from beginning to end. I know all about your situation. I know all about the 9-day Parole, and I've read your mother's letter. So I know your situation, okay?
Yes, sir.
And I just want to let you know that I am aware of all the frustrations that you've gone through with this process. Let's talk about drugs and alcohol first. When did you start using drugs?
I started using drugs when I was about 15 or 16.
And what was your drug of choice?
Back then was marijuana,
And what did you graduate to?
heroin.
And how long did you use heroin?
Probably about 2.5 years.
Have you ever used cocaine?
I have, yes, sir.
So you've used marijuana, cocaine, heroin, anything else?
That.
So your third felony offender, are all your convictions dealing with drugs?
I believe so, yes, sir.
So what have you done about your drug problem?
Well, I've graduated risk management here at Caldwell, and I've done all the classes at Angola, and whenever I get out, I seek NA and AA whenever I get out on my return.
Okay, so you completed risk management 1 and 2?
Yes, yes, sir.
Use at Angola.
Sir,
What other substance abuse program did you complete at Angola?
I've completed, they had, I forget the name of the classes, but that's thinking for a change, inside out dads, risk management, There's about 10 or 15 of them. I can't remember them all, but I've graduated all of them.
Did you take the Angola Residential Substance Abuse Program?
Yes, and RDAP.
Now, tell me what your current job assignment is at Caldwell.
I'm just inmate in J dorm. I was asked to go trustee about a month ago, and I denied it. Just in case I do go home, I felt somebody that may have a lengthier time than me. So I thought it would be better for me to give it to somebody that may have some more time than me. And they kind of appreciated that.
Okay. Now, so basically, what do you do 24 hours?
What do? I stay in my own rack, my own business, and pray to the good Lord.
Okay. Were you employed at the time you were incarcerated?
Sir?
Were you employed at the time you were
Yes, sir.
incarcerated?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what was that?
I was doing plumbing. I worked for my father.
Okay, and how long have you been a plumber?
Since I was 17 years old. I'm 45 now.
Okay, so you had a steady job,
Yes, sir. Yeah. And I can't wait.
making good money,
Sir?
and you were making good money,
Yes, sir.
and you let drugs and alcohol get in the way.
I did.
What's your transition plan if you release? Where will you stay, and will you be employed again with your partner?
Where will I stay?
Yes.
I'll stay at my house next door to my mother.
In employment, you going back to work for your father?
Yes, sir.
Now,
He's about to try and retire in the next few years. And I'm trying to get home, get my plumbing license to where I can try and maybe take over.
you've got good programs, you got a job waiting on you, and you have everything sort of in line, but I see a disciplinary write-up only 13, 14 months ago at 21E. Tell me about that.
Yes, sir. We were sitting in the day room and the deputy kept flashing the lights and turning the TV off.
Okay, question. Was this a female corrections officer?
No, it was a male.
It was a male corrections officer. So Deputy Adams is a male, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
But what all I did was like pull my pants out, not show him anything or not, just like if somebody lost weight and was seeing the distance between their skin and their pants. And I reached down and acted like I was going to flip him off, but I didn't. And he wrote me up for a 21.
Well, according to the description that I read, it appeared that you were doing much more than that.
Yes, they said that I did a back and forth motion on him.
Okay. And you were found guilty and you lost 15 days good time.
Yes, sir. The reason, yeah.
And I'm gonna be very frank with you, Mr. Brandt. That write-up is too close to the hearing. And based on that disciplinary write-up, and one second, based on that disciplinary write-up, at some point in time, you were removed from the reentry drug program until, tell me why.
Dirty urine.
And you just got revoked.
I didn't catch any new charges. They revoked me on dirty urine. Yeah.
That's enough to revoke.
Yes, sir.
You have a moderate risk assessment. You have a moderate needs assessment. Based on all that information, I can't vote for you today simply because You have a disciplinary write-up, lasts 13 or 14 months. You have a moderate risk assessment. You just got revoked. You were removed from the drug court program. You need some more work. That's great.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Wise, thank you. Mr. Freeman?
Okay, Mr. Brandt, I see you was in Blue Water back in 2011.
Yes, sir.
How long did you remain sober after that?
Till like right before I relapsed and went to jail in 15.
Okay. Do you think you'd benefit from more inpatient treatment?
Well, I mean, I do need NAAA, I do need treatment, but I do feel in my heart that I mean, it's every day's a battle, but I think I do believe I'm ready to go home.
Okay.
My
Thank
parents are getting old. I'm getting old. I'm about to be a grandfather next month. It's time for me to start acting my age.
Agree with you there. All right.
Yeah.
Further questions, Ms. Wise?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Freeman. Mr. Chad, the records I have show that you have 6 years of education. Is that correct?
6 what?
6 years of education. How much education do you have?
I went to the 9th grade, but I was promoted from the 6th grade.
Okay. But you think you're not gonna have any problems learning the plumbing and passing those plumbing tests?
No, ma'am.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. All right. Staff, is there anything you want to tell us, Lieutenant Tatum?
Yes, ma'am. There's not too much I can say besides that he's still on our list to be a trustee.
Oh, good.
So he's just been a model inmate.
Good. Thank you, sir. I appreciate your input. All right, sir, what do you want to tell us, Chad, before we vote?
Like I said, I'll thank y'all for bringing me up for parole, and I really want to go. I mean, everybody wants to go home, but I'm ready to be the man that was meant to be. Like I said, my parents are getting old, about to be a grandfather. It's time for me to start acting my age. Be productive and do something good, you know.
Thank you. Well said. And I agree with you. Panel ready to vote?
Yes.
Mr. Roche?
1 second. Mr. Brandt, based upon the disciplinary write-up in March 2022, sex offense, based on enforced supervision history, based upon law enforcement opposition, my vote is to deny your request.
Thank you, Mr. Roche. Mr. Freeman?
You know, Mr. Brandt, I feel like in your heart, you do think that you have your substance abuse under control. But my recommendation is that you try and get Steve Hall program. And once you complete it, reapply again. I think you need more treatment. So after the Steve Hall program, like I say, reapply as soon as possible. But my vote today would be to deny.
Thank you, Mr. Freeman. Mr. Chad, I agree with you that it is time for you to start thinking like a grandfather. I agree with you on that. And I believe you can do it, but it's not just willpower. You gotta have some know-how. When we asked you about your sobriety plan, you didn't mention AA and NA meetings. We've had people on this panel going to AA, NA meetings 30 years after being clean, still going because they know that's how they keep us. You didn't say that. Your mind is not there. and that's concerning. You, for me, you failed drug court. That was an opportunity for you to get clean and sober. Poor supervision history, law enforcement opposition. For those reasons, my vote is denied, and I concur with my colleagues. Start writing and seeking to get into Steve Hall. But today, sir, your parole has been denied.
How long is
think
Steve
Caldwell-
Hall? I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Say what now?
How long is Steve Hall program?
9 months.